Yeah, thank you so much for that warm introduction on this chilly morning, Vagish.
But for those of you that did miss it, we're at the ESL India Premiership. This tournament is sponsored by ROG and HyperX. I'm CloudX. With me, I've got Vivek. And we're jumping into game 2 of a best of 3. This could well be our last time on the stage for the ESL India Premiership Season 1. So we're going to make the most of it. Hope you guys enjoy as well. We're jumping in with Sancting getting banned out first.
Absolutely. Game 1, I did actually feel that Invisible Wings had a very good fighting chance in that game. They played the early game right. They traded. If A35 died, Evil Ash got the kill or no chance. If Negi got a kill, they got a counter kill on Negi. But some bad decision making, such as taking fights when they didn't have Ravage, attempting to go Roshan when they didn't have Ravage, really came to bite them back in the ass later on. But beyond Infinity, they exploited the timings that Invisible Wings restricted themselves to in the draft. Hopefully this time around, Invisible Wings don't have any such limitations. I was going to say that hopefully Evil Ash gets that Earth Spirit. And he's been such a playmaker on that Earth Spirit first
Yeah,
team.
no Earth Spirits available for Evil Ash. That's never going to happen. I don't think they're ever going to give him the Earth Spirit.
Yeah.
It's a hero that fits right into his comfort zone, and it would be foolish for Beyond Infinity to let it stay in the pool. We do have a Shadow Demon pick coming out once more. I think the bigger mistake that IW made the last time around was not having any sort of response for the illusions. Their draft was very questionable in my opinion. Let's see if they pick up a Lion here, maybe take a page out of the Chen playbook from the Council and come back strong here. But it is going to be a Batrider. For the first time in this tournament, the Batrider's made it through and A35 will get his hands on it.
Yeah, I like the Batrider pickup. Another thing that I'd like to point out in IW's draft in the previous game was that they really didn't have a defensive support. It was a Leshrak and a Rubik, and there's only so much a Rubik can do, while BI, Zetisbug on that Shadow Demon, did manage to save his scores quite a few times. OD is defensive up till a point with Astral, but you can't expect an OD to hover around every fight.
You can't expect the OD to be your only source of defense. I mean, if the OD is not focusing on pumping out damage with the Arcane Orbs, and you're relegating him to defensive duties, you've wasted your core.
Right. I'm already liking this IW draft that's come out. They've got initiation and counter initiation here. So the team fights are really secure. The question is if Beyond Infinity go all out Cancer and pair the Shadow Demon with a Luna or maybe even a Morphling on top of that.
I don't see why not. I don't see why they don't do that, to be honest. I mean, we do have a Warlock on the side of IW, so the Fatal Bonds are great versus the Illusions. But considering you've already gone in with a pseudo Illusion strat with your first pick Shadow Demon, you might as well supplement it with the best hero out there, the Luna.
Yep.
Unless they want to go full Davai and, I don't know, pick up a Terrorblade or something. It's something we haven't seen in ages, but it is something we've seen BI do in the past.
How do Invisible Wings respond to the Cancer though? I mean, in my opinion, the only cure for Cancer is laser therapy. Pick up that Tinker, get the Agnem Scepter, and those lasers will keep the illusions at bay for a decent amount of time.
I mean, Tinker's one way to approach it, definitely is a way to approach it, but I think the Lion still fits the bill here. You've got to get yourself the Lion, maybe just pick up the OD another time and go forward with that. Now, we spoke to Crowley earlier today. Fortunately or unfortunately, you had the pleasure with bunking with him last night. So he's revealed a lot of his information to you about what they plan to pick and ban. He spoke about how he's going to be mid, perhaps?
Yeah, so Crowley was telling us yesterday that he'd really like to switch things up, give Archmage row and go to the mid lane with maybe an OD or a Mirana, and it's still very much possible for Invisible Wings, provided Beyond Infinity let that slip. For now, BI have picked up the Nyx. It's possible that they're baiting out the OD pick. They're very okay going up against an OD if they have a Nyx. This isn't giving away too much. Nyx can run in the off lane, can be a 4. No Chance plays a good fourth position Nyx. And Beyond Infinity have time to adapt as this draft progresses. But it's going to be Invisible Wings who ban out the OD. While Beyond Infinity respond with banning out the Mirana, anything that goes with the Drow, it's almost like they almost want Invisible Wings to pick up the Drow.
Yeah,
you pick up the Drow, we deal with it.
And the Drow. They're trying very hard to get them to pick it.
Right.
But like you said, if IW does pick up the Drow range here, this is going to be disgusting. Nyx is just going to be hunting him down all game. You're going to see the Shadow Demon coming up on him with the Luna illusions. I'm assuming a Luna is going to come out here. I don't know. I feel like a Drow Ranger pick would be a terrible thing to do on the side of IW.
Okay. Look at
But
you.
at the same time, I think BI has room for a Draw Ranger. We've seen the Draw Ranger work with the Shadow Demon, as has the Luna. If they do pick up the Draw Ranger and then they put something like a Swifty TA on the mid, that's going to be such a hard middle lane for whoever goes up against him.
Right. So IW have the famed Invoker. If they do want to pick it up, they can pick up
Yeah.
an Invoker now. Um, but I don't think you want to pick up your mid hero just yet because there's still a lot of mid heroes in the pool and BI can respond accordingly. This is probably where they pick up the secondary support, possibly an Ogre, maybe the Oracle. Oracle not bad at all. What else?
I like the Invoker here. I want to see an Invoker coming out from IW, but I feel like BI has got some room for an Invoker as well. If they pick up the Invoker for themselves,
Oh yeah.
I actually think we're going to see a mid Ursa going up against him. The Council did it just right. We saw the Council's mid, was it Len? I think it was Len
Yep,
playing
Len.
the Ursa, and he got 2 solo kills on Swifty. That is no mean feat whatsoever. And if IW's been watching their games, I think they're going to pull out something similar, but nope. They'll go with the Tinker. It should be an Archmage Tinker once more.
Right. So BI are possibly going to look at something that can contest Tinker in the jungle. Maybe just be a general nuisance to him in the mid lane. Ogre comes to mind. Alternatively, you could pick up the Kunkka, which is something No Chance hasn't brought out in a while.
Oh yeah. He's not going to get his slaughter once more, but I do like that Kunkka a lot here. Great versus the Batrider, better versus the Tinker. But I don't know. I think that may not be enough. They're going to need some source of vision on the Tinker in the trees. I'm thinking a Storm Spirit isn't a well, it's not too much of a stretch to imagine.
The Swifty plays, Tom?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
TA is pretty good versus the Tinker as well, so we could see
Right.
BI picking up the Tinker. I mean the TA.
So BI, they have one pick. If they do want to go TA Drow, now's the chance to probably pick up the Drow.
Yeah.
Or else forfeit it to Invisible Wings and have something in mind to counteract the Drow.
You know, I'm still thinking this isn't going to be a Neji Nyx assassin. I think it's going to be one of those greedy no chance Nyxes that starts in the jungle with the Iron Talon and then just goes ganking.
Okay,
Oh.
somebody's been watching the majors here. It's a Legion commander.
Yeah, I don't know if they've actually been watching the majors because everyone's been on good boy sleep schedules now for this tournament, but I'm pretty certain they've been watching highlights and snippets.
I didn't see this at all. And I cannot explain why they picked up this hero. But he does well, needless to say, in the offlane.
LC's pretty good versus the Tinker. I believe the press the attack debuffs the laser blind as
Laser.
well. So
Okay,
I think
so
that
it could be a
work.
mid Legion for all you know.
I still think it's going to be an off-lane Legion.
Okay, so this is the hero which started off Invisible Wings' winning streak versus Beyond Infinity on lands. I remember in the Taiwan Excellence Cup, Evil Ash picked up the Night Stalker and had great success with it. And that's how Invisible Wings cracked the BI puzzle with that Night Stalker, that vision, which has such a huge role to play. BI, they're going back for the Luna now.
I mean, Night Stalker's a hero that fits so perfectly into Evil Ash's playstyle. He loves playing these early roaming heroes, loves having a high impact in the mid-game phase or the early laning phase at least. And I mean, that's what the Night Stalker is poised and prepped to do. It's going to be a Night Stalker that starts from the jungle. We know it's now going to be a support Nyx assassin. He can't go chasing behind the Night Stalker either. Warlock's going to be babysitting just like the Shadow Demon will be babysitting. So it's really going to boil down to what happens at the 4-minute mark. Whether the Night Stalker's nighttime allows him to be a bigger nuisance than the Nyx assassin's rotations allow him to be.
Okay, so you think it's so hard to say, but I think it's going to be a 4-position Nyx and an offlane Legion, not a mid Legion.
Yeah, even I think it's going to be a 4-position Nyx and an off-lane Legion, which is why that 4-minute analogy is going to be so important here.
Right.
But BI, last pick on the board for them, last pick for IW as well. BI is looking for a mid, IW should be looking for a carry. Slock is in the pool, and I think it's a viable option here for Invisible Wings. Sven could work, perhaps, I'm thinking.
Sven could definitely work. And early fighting Sven is a bit hard to bring down, even with a full-fledged duel going off versus them from the Legion commander. Rao is still in the pool if IW want to pick it up.
Drow could work. They've got frontliners, they've got 4 range heroes if they pick up the Drow.
I think BI pick up the TA here.
Yeah, I think it's TA or Storm
Or
Spirit.
I think it's TA or Invoker. Or maybe Storm, but I haven't seen BI play Storm in ages.
So let's just summarize their options here. They've got a TA. They could have a draw. They could have a draw if they wanted to. They could have a Medusa at mid. They could have a Storm Spirit, a Timber Saw. They actually have a lot of choices here that could be good with their lineup, but it will be the Invoker, and there's no room for the Ursa Warrior anymore unless they decide to run this as a safe lane tinker, which is very, very unorthodox.
Right. Ursa, Drow, Sven, some of the heroes that come to mind. Juggernaut still in the pool.
Yeah, I still think it's going to be a Juggernaut here. A safe lane Juggernaut would work well for them.
Well, they're going into reserve times, weighing their options themselves. What are they missing?
I'm thinking of natural Lincoln's carriers, but the Morph has unfortunately been banned out.
I think Drow is actually the best pick here.
I don't know if the Drow is the best pick
You know,
because
but
Nyx
dual-
and LC are just going to hunt her down to no end, and then with the Sunstrike, a solo Nyx on the prowl is enough to finish off the job on the Drow Ranger.
Okay.
There's no defensive supports on the side of IW. It's both offensive. Warlock is pseudo-defensive, but he's only defensive during the laning stage. Shadow Word is basically useless after that.
I'm looking at Crowley and trying to read his lips there. He's not saying much, not giving away anything. Yeah.
Alchemist.
Oh god. Here we go.
Okay, so it's an
80-minute Dota.
It's an Archmage Alchemist.
They've swapped things up.
Yeah,
They
they
want
swapped
Crowley
things
to
up.
go on the middle lane now.
Okay, this is the mid battle of the El Clasico that we've all been hoping to watch. Crowley on the Tinker versus 50 on the Invoker. My bet's on the Tinker here. There's not much I feel that No Chance can do to help the mid lane early on.
But that's the thing, right? I think this battle is more about No Chance versus Evil Ash as opposed to Crowley versus Swifty. They're probably evenly matched in the middle lane in a one-on-one situation, but No Chance almost always has the better rotations. That guy is an absolute beast, reading his opponent's minds almost every single time.
Quick predictions, CloudX. Who do you think is going to come out on top? I'm with Invisible Wings on this one.
I'm torn. I mean, I like the Shadow Demon Luna way too much to say that BI is going to lose. So I think I'm going to say BI takes this one 2-0.
Okay. I think we're in for game 3. Anyway, so it is a Negi Legion Commander.
Yeah, so we are seeing a safe lane Legion Commander coming out. BI is actually running an offensive tri-lane here. And they're even going to start with a smoke. No Chance, Zerisbug and Blizzard, just 3 of them moving into the jungle. That seems way too risky, to be honest. But there's a severe lack of lockdown on the IW lineup. Up until you get a few levels on that IW Alchemist, I don't think he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Batrider, really one that needs a good start, one that needs a lot of farm and levels in the early phase. Pasol could be put into the shell here. The the disruption is available. He's sticking to the trees. HY would be proud, but Pasol will survive. And Blizzard and Co will not find the kill.
Dodges the smoke and good stuff coming up from Pasol there. But Legion Commander versus Batrider. I think Batrider should come out on top in this matchup. I mean, there's a...
Yes and no.
I mean...
Because I think press
you
the
can
attack...
press the attack and...
You can get rid of the sticky napalm charges and... But I guess it's because it's a melee versus range matchup, it should be okay for A35. Ideally though, I would have said it would have been the LC. LC is one of those few heroes that can take down anyone in a one-on-one situation. I think the only exceptions would be maybe a Sand King and a Timbersaw.
This is hilarious. Crowley's playing Tinker on the safe lane. I have not seen this in all of my games of Dota. I've never seen this.
Yeah, but if there is someone that can take down an Invoker on the other side, it is Archmage. The man knows his Invoker better than anyone else on the Indian circuit.
Right. So I mean, there's no way to break this down, but we're actually seeing a position 1 Tinker here.
Yeah, it is going to be a position 1 Tinker. And in the past, I've seen Tinkers pull out 4-minute DOTs. But given that this is an offensive tri-lane, I wonder if No Chance read this situation and said, it's going to be a safe lane Tinker. Archmage doesn't go... Well, Alchemist is not a Crowley hero. Let's just run an offensive tri-lane and delay that BOT.
Yeah.
Up top, meanwhile, they've ended up trading blows. Neji has that press the attack and has 6 sick charges. 7 sick charges to work with. But look at the damage that A35 is doing. Finally, Neji's going to get rid of them. He's being a complete bully
Anyways,
here.
disruption bot lane onto Crowley. They are surrounding him. No chance has the Impale holding on to it. Throws it out. He is stunned up. Sunstrike comes out. The Sunstrike will miss. Here comes Pasol with the Shadow Word. Keeps his position 1 Tinker on the safe lane alive.
I don't know why they didn't pop the Sunstrike earlier. There should have been a Sunstrike right on top of the disruption. Perhaps there were creeps around him. Maybe that's why he chose to hold on to it. And of course, the level 1 stun duration on the Impale, a tad bit too short. He probably just misinterpreted the situation there. But that was a confirmed first blood if that Sunstrike connected.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, it's early on, but still the Alchemist is pulling ahead in terms of CS.
Alchemist, meanwhile, in the river, he's praying that a bounty rune spawns in his face, but RNGesus will not bless him today. He's gonna have himself just an arcane rune. It's more acid sprays to be thrown on the ground, though. I think he'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, No Chance actually doing what we thought he wouldn't. He's going and harassing Evil Ash in the jungle. Every single point of EXP that No Chance takes away from Evil Ash is a point taken away before the first nighttime hits. It's basically reducing Evil Ash's efficacy by leaps and bounds, while bottom lane, Pasol and Crowley are having a hard enough time without the Nyx Assassin being in the vicinity.
It's actually a lane without much synergy coming out from IW in the bot lane. All Pasol can do is watch and throw out Shadow Word and hope that Crowley gets his farm. I mean, even earlier on in one of the games versus the Council, Crowley had to face off versus an aggro try, and honestly the best thing you can do when you're up against an aggro try is not die.
Yep,
but the problem here is nobody's stacking for Crowley, and I don't see him catching up very quickly.
Yeah, I don't see any stacks coming out here with No Chance on the prowl like this. It's way too difficult to go and get that done.
Yeah.
Anyway, that top lane matchup, they are going eye for an eye here, but LC seems to be the one claiming the victory in this lane. 11 and 2 on Neji, while Batrider has just 5 CS. Negi is basically dominating this matchup.
Yeah, I think A35 focused his efforts on doing as much damage as he could to Neji on Sunstrike, 1 connect.
Perhaps if Negi didn't get aggressive there, he might have got the Sunstrike off. I mean, he did have the overwhelming odds available, so
Yeah.
Sunstrike into overwhelming odds, and then with the movement speed, you run him down. That could have worked. While bottom lane, disruption. There's the next stun coming up. There's no Sunstrike this time around. It doesn't matter. Sataricon, aka Crowley, will die, and Zetisbug once more will claim first blood.
Yeah. I think Crowley just had to hold down and wait for the first night time and accordingly rotate once Evil Ash has his boots and everything he needs to get started at night. Top lane, there's a silence. He's got the nuke if he needs it. Actually, he's expended it. It doesn't matter. They're bringing down Negi, burning him bit by bit. He throws in overwhelming odds, but it's not going to keep him alive.
Yeah, that's going to be the death, and with that, BI will put themselves on the board. Just as the Nyx rotated towards the bottom lane, Evil Ash rotated top, and his first nighttime gank has been immensely successful. They needed that kill. Legion Commander was getting too further ahead, and now the Batrider has a fighting chance when he comes back to the lane. Pasol, meanwhile, level 3, no items in the stash. He can afford boots, but really isn't choosing to buy it. Look at the dive coming out at bottom. They'll go in with the disruption under the tower. They'll whiff on the Impale, but it doesn't matter. The Soul Catcher has connected, and that will be the death of the Tinker. Beyond Infinity's Trident is proving to be very successful here, but here comes A35 trying to do what he can, going on his Zetisbug by himself, but Zetisbug is going to be okay. He's got the boots of speed and has enough movement speed to run for now, but maybe not. The Fatal Bonds are there as well. He's just going to try and deny himself to Rosh, but unfortunately for him, A35 is the faster hero. At the same time, they're chasing No Chance as well, and Evil Ash comes in from the side. No Void available to slow him down, and No Chance doesn't have a TP either, so he's just buying time, creating as much space, playing ring around the rosy with them. He's juking like a boss here, but while he is going to die, he's ended up wasting a lot of his opponent's time here.
I mean, sure, they get the kill on the Tinker, but was it really worth it? The problem is, the BI supports are lagging a bit in terms of levels. And maybe this could hurt them later. The good thing for BI is they forced A35 to rotate all the way from the top lane, which is free space for the Legion Commander, which brings him closer to his level 6. Bot lane, there is a disruption, no follow-up. Judas Priest is safe for the time being.
Yeah, but I think this is fine. I mean, Crowley's been... It's not fine for IW, it's actually fine for BI.
Yeah.
Getting the kill on the Tinker was a really good deal, because you got to remember, it's a safe lane Tinker. He's going to be starved for EXP. The objective was to get him early farm, but that's not happening. But in one sense, Crowley is just being bait. If you look at the net worth charts, Alchemist is just doing his thing. He's at 3,100 net worth right now, sitting with a comfortable 29 CS up against the 31 on the Invoker.
Disruption, bot lane. It's on A35, but I don't think they can chase down Satisfy. Laser thrown out. They've got the Fatal Bonds, 3 sticky napalm charges. Blizzard turns around with the Lucent Beam, A35, giving chase and then gives up, moves into the Rosh pit.
Yeah, he's on the trees now. And he's stuck for a good 20 seconds before he gets the Firefly online again.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing that they're getting those 2 kills on Crowley and maybe losing 2 supports as a trade. Which is free time for the Legion Commander, which is shut down of Crowley's farm. But like you pointed out, it's all free space in the mid lane for the Alchemist.
Yeah, and also look at what IW's done. They've started to prioritize the farm and the levels on Night Stalker. Even though it's nighttime, they're not making the most of this Night
Press
Stalker.
the attack, disruption onto Crowley. The duel is ready. It's one-on-one. Legion Commander versus Crowley. It's actually 3 of BI surrounding him, but here comes A35 in the form of backup. Void, crippling fear onto the Legion Commander. Legion, can he survive this? I'm not sure. He walks past some fire. He's dropping low. Press the attack, keeps him alive. Only for so long. Evil Ash on a killing spree. Elsewhere, it's A35 chasing. He throws out a flame break. That is bug. Dropping low, brought down. It's Evil Ash with the double kill. The Night Stalker is paying off for Invisible Wings.
Absolutely, but more so it's the Warlock. Those Fatal Bonds have been doing immense damage across the 2 supports. LC does get the dual kill, so he's fine with that. So it's just Crowley that's been bullied over and over and over again. BI are focusing so much effort on that Crowley Tinker at bottom. They've forgotten about Archmage.
Right.
He's almost got it. He's got his full armlet online now.
They got the Crowley kill, but again, this trade doesn't work out for them. Fine, it's 10 dual damage or whatever that is, but they're not getting an objective, they're not getting a tower. It's all free space for Archmage. And A35 has been involved in all of these fights, and even though he may not be farming in the lane, he's catching up by participating in fights. Good stuff coming out from Invisible Wings here.
So,
and the only problem is Crowley needs a mechanism to catch up. His team needs to start
who's gonna
stacking
get
for
the
him.
mech? Oh, you mean the as a?
Yeah.
I misunderstood as the mechanism item. I'm like, what?
Yeah, sorry, I meant there have to be stacks in the jungle for him to catch up in terms of farm.
Alright, Evil Ash, Sunstrike, Lucent Beam. What execution was that? But it doesn't matter because the neutral gets the kill.
Oh yeah.
That was really well done by BI though. I think the pause had a part to play.
These neutral creeps are has-been players. They always want to get involved in fights, especially that Satyr. He's always throwing out the Hadouken or whatever you call it.
Look at A35 at middle lane. He's gone on Swifty, found him on low HP and starts with the lasso. The press the attack cancels it out. Very well done by Negi. And now he's got the duel. That's going to be another duel kill for him if they can burst him down in time. And yes, they can. There's a big winner on his head. As he's now got himself 20 damage just 8 minutes in. There's no better hero to snowball with than the LC. And you really don't want to give him this kind of a start.
Right. Yeah, not sure what A35 was thinking.
That is bug. Cheeky, keeping eyes on Archmage, just leeching EXP. Might even want to try and steal this one creep from him, but that'll be a giveaway on his position. Yeah, he's not going to get it.
Yeah, I think he tried to steal the creep with the Shadow Poison and activating it, but he didn't get quite lucky then.
Some very aggressive movements coming out from BI. Just taking over the Invisible Wings jungle here. Looking for pickoffs time and again, but unable to find anything right now. But the pressure is palpable. You can see Evil Ash sticking under his tower now. Every single one on the side of Invisible Wings is stuck under their tower. But I don't think towers offer much protection at this point either, as Crowley will soon to be finding out. Again in the jungle, Pasol gonna get caught out by himself. But is it no chance that's caught with his with his hand in the cookie jar? Neither one, though. It seems as they're just going to disengage for now.
Yeah, we are once again trying to be the aggressor here. They're looking for pickoffs all around the map. The tag team together, that is Bug and No Chance. Disruption into Impale into Sunstrike is more or less a guaranteed kill. What's Negi looking at in terms of items?
It should be the Blink Dagger, but for now he's spent on a phase boost. Look at mid. No Chance and Zetisbug prepped, ready to get a kill on Archmage. He does have the Chemical Rage available though. But they won't be able to find him as of now.
Yeah, I think Invisible Wings are playing this right. It's not nighttime, they're not taking fights. And in fact, they're dodging fights beautifully. Beyond Infinity, however, do have this one Observer Ward, which is giving them a good amount of knowledge. but it's not amounted to kills or objectives just yet. All this is some free time for Crowley on the bot lane. He's sitting at 1.5k gold, which is not too shabby considering the start he had. He should have his BOTs
slowly
soon
pulling
enough.
back here. All he's got to do is get those BOTs online, and once he gets them, he's not worried about finding farm anymore.
Oh, it is night time. Evil Ash runs in. He's running into 3 members of BI. Void onto Zerisbug on the Shadow Demon. The Impale will miss the Lucent Beam on the Eclipse, doing some damage. Is it enough? Evil Ash runs into the trees, but the trees are not enough. Here comes Negi. Press the attack, running forward. Lucent Beam onto Pasol. No drop on Pasol. He's been duel. He's been brought down. We've got a winner. It's Negi.
Meanwhile, Sunstrike coming out. It will be on the Batrider. Triple kill for Blizzard. This is as good as it gets for Beyond Infinity. A very hasty movement coming out from Invisible Wings. They had no drop.
They're not done in the mid lane. They're trying to bring down Archmage. Archmage channels the stun, throws it out. The Spike Carapace connects onto him. No chance, pops the Vendetta. He's trying to circle around and bump into Archmage. Archmage, can he armlet toggle out of this? Armlet toggle, my friend. He stays alive for the time being. The Impale will miss, and Archmage is out of there with the Shadow Word. But Swifty wants more. He throws out the Cold Snap onto Pasol, knowing that he's only too weak. The Deafening Blast not enough. It's Pasol who gets a kill onto Swifty's Invoker.
You toggle god. That was unbelievable. He had no HP to work with. All of his HP was artificial coming out from armlet toggles. And that's a kill on the highest net worth on the side of the Dio. Actually, that's the second highest net worth on the side of the Dio. The Invoker goes down, and so does the Nyx. BI had it good at the bottom lane. They goofed it up by trying for the mid.
Yeah.
Batrider, meanwhile, he came in from behind. He got the kill on the Shadow Demon, but he
Bot
paid for
lane,
it
they
with
want
his life.
more. They see Blizzard dropping low. A35, he's pulling out the Legion Commander with his lasso. They're chasing him down. It is night time. Evil Ash does have mana to work with. Press the attack. Earn charge coming out onto the Legion Commander. He's trying to TP out of there, but he just cannot. A35 gets a double bring. He brings down Blizzard on the Luna. He gets the Legion Commander as well. And Invisible Wings showing signs of recovery here.
They're right back in this one. Let's have a quick look at the graphs to confirm that. They've actually taken the lead. Thank you, Alchemist. That's what he does. 2,000 net worth in favor of Invisible Wings. The EXP as well going in their favor. Archmage yet to be touched.
Ooh, Radiant Jungle, no chance. He's caught out Pasol here, brings him down. He pops the Spike Carapace. Evil Ash will trigger it with a normal attack. Throws out the Void and an Earn Charge. Zerisbug is there with the disruption. A35 walking ahead aggressively. Cold Snap onto A35. He runs back. It's a good Impale coming out from no chance, but here comes Archmage. Laser comes out from Cowrie. Acid Spray, is it going to be enough? Earn Charge onto no chance, but the Deafening Blast pushes back Evil Ash, and for the time being, IW disengage. Sunstrike, ooh, just misses Evil Ash.
Almost walked back into it. There is a deny on the mid tier 1 tower, but it's a tad bit too late because Archmage has now picked up his relic. We're 13 minutes in, he's got himself a Sacred Relic, he's got himself the Armlet, and for all the efforts that BI has committed on that Tinker, he's even got his Boots of Travels now.
We really have a close contest on our hands, CloudX. I'm just itching with anticipation to see how the mid game goes, because this is where I think IW will shine with the Golem, with the Fatal Bonds, with that Radiance coming out from the Alchemist. I don't see Zerisbug doing too much in deep fights.
Yeah, we're gonna find the Dermicool for Rich in the next 10 minutes though, as No Chance is now on the prowl. He's up to level 7, he's got himself that Vendetta, he's on the move now inside the jungle. This is what we spoke about, No Chance can go by himself and find a pick off in synergy with the Sunstrike.
Right. He can do that. The thing is, Negi's not yet got his Blink Dagger 14 minutes in, but he's popped the smoke of his own. He's running into the mid lane. Archmage is not going to fall for this. Overwhelming odds, not enough. But here comes the Demonic Purge. The duel will connect. Sunstrike is there. Is it enough? The Impale comes in. Shadow Demon brings down Archmage. But it's Tinker who gets a return kill on Legion. We're not done. Evil Ash, he's chasing down Zerisbug. Support and support action here. The rockets come out. A disruption from Zerisbug. Is it going to be enough? Evil Ash, he's a roadrunner and he's just chasing down Zerisbug with that Earn Charge. I'm sure he should be able to bring him down. A Flame Break comes in for good measure. And it's Evil Ash who scores the kill ultimately.
Yeah, that actually might still be worth it for Beyond Infinity though. Let's summarize this. You've got a kill on the Alchemist. His net worth is inflated, so there's a little more money going in your pocket.
Oh,
you
hold
got
on.
the winner.
It was Alchemist who was the winner.
Really?
Yeah. Just click on Alchemist.
Oh, you're right. It was the Alchemist that got the victory. So yeah, then it was definitely not worth it. Yeah, he's got 10 damage on himself. Well done there. Alright, let's have a look at the top lane because No Chance is now on the prowl and sees Evil Ash. Luna's coming in, the Eclipse is available, she's not going to hesitate and will commit it. That's one down, can they get more? A35 has been stunned up, the Spike Carapace holds him in position further, they don't have enough damage though. And A35 will fly over the trees and get away.
Yeah, they got the kill on Archmage, but Archmage already has his Radiance, while Swifty just picked up his Duels 15 minutes in. Can we take a quick look at the graphs?
Yeah, it's still 2,000 net worth in favor of Invisible Wings, and they've got about a 500 EXP lead.
Yeah.
Top lane might see a fight breaking out here as Crowley's looking to defend his tower with the Marchant Machines, while Paso waits in the wings with the drop at the ready. Archmage, his Radiance is online, 1600 gold in addition to it. His Boots of Travel should be the next item of choice. Once you've got the BOT on the Tinker and the Alchemist, the split push potential is going to get absolutely immense here. But that's where the Nyx Assassin fits right in.
Yeah. Speaking of the Nyx, he's undercover with smoke. Also popped the Vendetta, he's running into the Radiant jungle. Did he catch his TP out? It's Judas Priest on the Tinker. Not sure if he should dive so deep. I'm not a fan of what No Chance is attempting to do here, but Blizzard comes in with the Lucent Beam. Demonic Pulse is roar everything, and the Mana Burn gets No Chance the kill.
Who does this? Who the hell pops a gank in the center of the tier 1 and tier 2 at mid?
No Chance.
Some really next level calls being made here by Beyond Infinity. Their smoke ganks have been on point, and they've been finding high value targets off of them.
But every time Nyx gets a kill with his Vendetta, it's Evil Ash with Nighttime running ahead. He throws out the silence onto the Legion, Void onto Swifty. Swifty does have that point in Vex, but here comes Negi. He duels the Night Stalker. There's a Meteor as well. It should be enough. It's Invoker who gets the kill, but Negi's going to suffer as a result of this. He's dropping to the Acid Spray and the Radiance. One hit, easy kill for Archmage. It's a 1-for-1 exchange.
And it's still worth it though. It's still worth it for BI. Another dual kill has been added. Eventually, Legion's going to be enough to one-on-one that Alchemist.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a bonus of 40 damage coming out just 17 minutes in. That's akin to picking up, what, a Demon Edge? More than that, actually. It's close to picking up a Relic, in fact.
Yeah. It's at least
yeah, it's
two
actually picking
Dragon
up a Demon Edge.
Lances.
Demon Edge is 46 damage. Anyway, Archmage. He has spent his money on something. It is the Boots of Travel recipe coming out to him along with a Yasha. So his farm rate is going through the roof, and that Manta Cell is definitely going to help him stand through some of the damage that BI is sending. Not to mention it's going to allow him to split push harder as well. But look at this. Neji and Co again just grouping up. Neji's now got a blink, blinks forward, looks for Archmage, has the overwhelming odds, doesn't come in. Instead goes to work, but look at the damage! He's actually taken a beating and ends up being the loser of that fight. The armlet is too much from Archmage, and now they're going to end up getting another kill as the Eclipse was committed, but Blizzard will drop. Invisible Wings finds themselves 3 crucial kills, or rather 2 crucial kills across the map. And it's both cores, or rather all 3 cores on the BI squad.
They're not done. They find Crowley on the Tinker. He pops the Vendetta and the Impale Spike Carapace keeps him alive for the time being. A35, is he going to give chase? He's got the Blink Dagger of cooldown. 2 stacks of Napalm onto No Chance. Make that 3. I heard a Sunstrike somewhere. Didn't connect onto Crowley. 4 stacks of Napalm. A35 chases ahead on No Chance. Bit by bit, he's burning down this bug. How do you kill a cockroach? That's how you do it. A35, he's been disrupted. Soul Catcher as well. He pops the Firefly, moves on to Zed's bug. Demonic Purge holds him in place. It's a 1v2. There's no backup coming in any form. And ultimately, it's No Chance who gets the kill.
A minor misplay coming up from Batrider there. No Chance walked out of range while the Disruption had connected and the stun connected on top of it. And that allowed him to get rid of the sticky Napalm stacks. Once the Napalm stacks were off, he turned around and killed him off himself.
It's 2 dual victories on an Alchemist.
Yeah, 2 dual victories on the Alchemist now. He's got bonus 24 damage, so.
Isn't too bad, actually.
I mean,
I think the Radiance miss factor plays a huge role here.
But, I mean, doesn't the dual mute all items? Yeah, neither hero can use items or abilities. So that, by that logic, you should have passive disabled, aka the Radiance evasion disabled as well.
But, I mean, like, if you have a Butterfly or a MKB, you're still gonna hit True Strike. Or if your evasion still counts, right, in a duel?
I'm not too sure.
I think it does. Like, if you switch on Blade Mail before a duel, the Blade Mail is active.
It should, but let's hold that thought. No Chance now on the prowl. Evil Ash gonna be in trouble here. Sunstrike not gonna come through. What are they holding on to it for? They're waiting for Negi, who's back into the pit. That Batrider Flame Deck actually helps them get in range. They're still not getting the kill. They don't get the winner. Heck, they don't even get the kill on Evil Ash. Again, Negi hits the deck, and 835 is looking for more. No Chance. Squirming like the bug that he is right now, that Nyx Assassin might end up going down. Turns around, doesn't get the APL, the silence comes up and he's gonna drop. It will be A35 that claims that kill, while Archmage gets a double, bringing down the Shadow Demon, who ends up getting the kill on the Night Stalker eventually.
Yeah, small mistake coming out from No Chance. He started off with the Vendetta and the Impale. But in the midst of the duel, look at him run away here when the lasso's onto Legion Commander. Look at this. He runs away. He just had to one-hit Evil Ash. Anyways.
Yeah, that was so close. Too close for comfort for Evil Ash, really, but it worked out in their favor.
Yeah, good stuff coming out from A35.
Crowley.
Bit by bit, as you can see in the graph, 5,000 plus net worth lead going in favor of Invisible Wings. Beyond Infinity are taking these fights, they're ultimately losing them in my opinion. And the problem is there's no stable farm on Blizzard who's on the Luna. And if your Luna is not farmed, the Shadow Demon Luna army is not going to happen. Negi is winning some duels, is losing some duels. It's only Swifty who spent his time acquiring gold items and net worth. And all of this is space for Crowley.
Exactly, he's got his Blink Dagger online, and after being shut down so heavily, you'd expect him to be shut down a little harder in the mid-game phase. But BI has dropped the ball. A couple of ganks gone awry for them have put them in a very precarious position now, as Alchemist continues to get fatter and fatter as this game progresses. Manta, Radiance, Boots of Travels, Armlet, what's next? Is it
they see Evil Ash as a duel onto Passol. Sunstrike comes out, here comes Blizzard, walks in with the Eclipse, it gets onto Evil Ash as well, and they get 2 kills in return.
Another duel victory coming out for Negi. He's up to 58 stolen damage and is getting closer to his Desolator with that Blightstone pickup. However, it does come at the cost of a tier 1 tower up top. Archmage continues to push through. And it did cost them an Eclipse on the side of the Lunar as well. They're also going for the tier 2 while the middle lane Dire are trading for a tier 1. This is not a trade that BI should be making. They should be back in time to defend this. But Batrider, he's prepped and ready for any TPs coming in. They're just sacrificing this altogether. IW are definitely in the driver's seat right now.
And this is without Passol commenting the drop even.
Oh, watch this. Archmage, he cancelled this TP. They're going in on Blizzard, but the press the attack immediately there will save his ally. I don't think that was a good play coming out from IW. They would have ended up dying if they tried. In fact, they're going to lose Archmage by the looks of it. Spike Carapace onto the Radiance, into the Vendetta, into the stun. Then the Sunstrike, overwhelming odds thrown at him, but he refuses to die. But there's the duel, now holding him in position. But look at that. Alchemist ends up doing a lot more damage. They save the Legion's life and end up getting her the winner. As she will walk away, limping away rather, with 72 stolen damage now.
Yeah. Yeah, for a moment I thought that was guaranteed damage by Alchemist, but good presence of mind coming out from Zed's Bug, throwing out the disruption onto the Legion Commander and seeing to it that she wins the victory.
Yeah, Legion's probably going to need some armor or some sort of tankiness going forward. She is going for the Blade Mail and has picked up the Broadsword. So once she gets that Blade Mail, it's no longer a factor for Alchemist to try and man-fight her. Meanwhile, Blizzard, we haven't spoken about him too much. He's not been too far behind in terms of net worth. He's at 11,000, has the Manta as well as that Dragonlance, which means that BI can now start pushing. Right. Another important fact is we haven't seen a single chaotic offering this entire game.
Yeah,
we're yet to see Passol drop the base.
Yeah, Passol holding on to that golem, not seeing the opportunity to use it just yet. The score is 20-18. This is game 2 of a best of 3 series. All of you and all of me. I just want to know who comes out on top here, man. This is such a close contest.
No chance. He's opted to go for the Midas this game with another 2,300 gold in his bank account. This should be his Blink Dagger, unless he's going to go 4 stuff to try and bail out his allies.
Evil Ash has been quiet for quite some time. He hasn't made those rotations that he usually makes.
Coming in, but the Sentry will spot him. He doesn't care. He's gone behind. They'll go for the wall, or can they stop him? There is no Sunstrike, but it's not needed, as Negi will get himself some more damage under his belt. This guy has just been stellar. He's the new kid on the block, but he's just playing alongside the veterans like Sumail with EG. He's been absolutely stunning throughout his offlane. I've never seen Negi feeding till date.
Yeah, good stuff coming out from Negi. Props to Beyond Infinity, taking these fights and skirmishes only when they have vision. The Radiant should realize by now that the Dire do have quite a lot of vision in their jungle.
Once more, top lane, Negi goes to work. He gets his Blade Mail activated, but this time he had no duel, and now they end up feeding. Looks like I ended up jinxing him a bit. Caster's Curse is real. And considering that it's so close to the base, they're actually going to breach high ground.
Tornado EMP, but look at Beyond Infinity. They cannot walk into the March of the Machines. Can we take a look at who's holding on to buyback right now? Zetisbach trying his best here. They're even yuling up the Alchemist illusions, but well, for the time being, IW want to retreat. I'm not sure if they should have put out a bit more pressure there, but doesn't matter. Evil Ash not too far away from his Axe Scepter. IW are probably waiting for that.
Yeah, meanwhile, Alchemist, he's almost got his Octarine core finished up. In fact, I think he's got the money to buy it out now. His net worth has just gone absolutely through the roof at this point. Really, I think BI, what's their game plan? Did they just group up and push now that they've got a BKB and a Manta style?
Yeah, I think they group up and push. Maybe go Roshan first.
The problem is it's so hard to push versus the lineup with the Alchemist and the Tinker always pushing back at you.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant what's the game plan for IW. My bad. Yeah. I think IW should group up and push. They've got the item advantage. This is their window of opportunity. They do not need to feed away any more kills in dual victories. They can still very convincingly take down most of BI.
Archmage has been ignored, but Parcel will not. Sunstrike is available and it will come through. There are creeps to tank it up though, and Parcel is actually going to survive because of that. Wildwing Ripper is the MVP. Really, that was just too fortunate for Parcel.
Yeah, no chance blinks in the trees. Lucky him that Crowley didn't use his march anywhere nearby. Otherwise, they might have got vision of him.
Again, no chance. Hoping and waiting they can find something. He's there with the Impale available. The Sunstrike is back online now.
Okay, this is IW's go time. Evil Ash has the Axe, he has the gem. They're going to try and make a play. A35 is already poaching the bot lane there, and they're going to try and take a kill, maybe a fight, and take down that tier 2. It's not in night time, but Evil Ash, well, he makes it night at will. And no chance runs out of there, moves into the Radiant Ancients. He sees the Archmage, but he doesn't have enough damage just by himself. Maybe not enough even with the Sunstrike.
Yeah, this is way too risky for him. There's no way he takes down the Alchemist by himself.
Ooh, but the Alchemist illusions, they do scout out most of BI.
Yep, BI's positions have been compromised, and Alchemist has joined his allies at the bottom lane with the full Octarine core finished up. He can get rid of the Soul Ring now and even pick up a plate mail from the side shop before pushing forward. But they need an Aegis. Without the Aegis, this is going to be quite the hard breach.
This is also a great game for Alchemist to give Axe to a Warlock.
Yeah, Warlock, Tinker, both ideal candidates at this point, but Tinker's building his own. Not to mention the Night Stalker, who would benefit immensely from having that vision.
The Night Stalker's farmed his own Axe already.
Oh really? Oh yeah, he's rich.
And Tinker's almost done with his. So, I think this is IW's window of opportunity. They need to capitalize on this. They need to group up, they need to take fights. I think if they just go 5-on-5, they can come out on top versus VI. Maybe go Roshan first and then attempt high ground, or just force fights. That's all they need to do.
Evil Ash now with flying vision and a gem at his disposal sees everything inside the enemy jungle. They don't have a sentry ward though, but they have a gem, so no chance has been spotted as well. He comes in anyway, gets silenced up, gets stunned up and brought down. The lasso is there, bringing Neji further back. He's not going to duel or he's going to give up damage. Now Zetisbach is in trouble and will be smacked into the ground. Invisible Wing taking a comeback here, staging a comeback here right outside the BI base.
Yeah, absolutely loving the camaraderie there between the Invisible Wings organization. All the CS members in the crowd go wild. Good play coming out from Invisible Wings. This is pretty much their game to lose at this moment.
Here we go. They're on the high ground. BI, no buybacks on any of their dead heroes. 30 seconds without the Legion commander. Here comes Swifty, trying to do what he can on that Invoker, but one Alchemist illusion is all that it takes to send him back. There is a fortification. This is going to slow things down a bit. Archmage is going to run out of the Chemical Rage soon, but he does have the Octarine core, so he doesn't need to go anywhere. All they've got to do is hit the reset button and come right back, while Tinker replenishes himself in the fountain. But nope, Invisible Wings going to play Disciplined Dota. They're going to back off for now, maybe claim Roshan before going high ground.
I think Roshan is not the right idea here, because there is a chance that you might be caught out of position near the pit. And it could work against you. But with Evil Ash and all the vision that he's holding on to, Invisible Wing shouldn't be caught out of position right now. Yeah. Okay, they're waiting around the mid lane. Not sure what the idea is here.
Casual Sun strikes into the pit to spot if Roshan is being attempted. There's no pressure on IW right now. They've got so much room to grow. The Alchemist still can get his Assault Cuirass or a Shiva's God depending on which direction he's planning to take. Tinker, he could get a Bloodstone for himself. He could
I
also...
think the Ether Lens.
Yeah, an Aether Lens could be an item that he goes back for as well. But as for BI, there is a certain point
Ooh,
where
A35 jumps in with the lasso, but an immediate press attack keeps him alive. There's the drop we were talking about, but invisible wings thrown up in the air with a tornado. It doesn't matter. It's Crowley getting the kills. It's Archmage dropping. The Eclipse doing a lot of work. It's Blizzard on a killing spree, so 1-for-1 exchange. It's Blizzard who gets the kill onto Archmage on the Alchemist.
Beyond Infinity mount a successful defense there. They hold on despite the drop being thrown. They get the kill on the Alchemist, who just overestimated his capabilities. There was a moment in that fight where the Luna just decided to hell with all of this. I'm going to pop everything I have and turn around. That's exactly what she did. There's an alacrity on her, and just look at her rip straight through Archmage and that Golem.
Yeah, good
one
snap coming out from Swifty there. I was a bit surprised that Crowley didn't decide to come back into the fight. He threw one laser and a march and a couple of rockets. He didn't come back. Evil Ash also backed out of that fight. They let Archmage die, and small deaths like this actually shifts the team's mentality. And
yeah, but I mean, that was not small by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
That was a Golem down for now a good 100 seconds. Blizzard got the kill on Archmage with 600 gold going into his bank account, and now they're going to tear down Roshan slowly but surely as well. Invisible Wings, are they going to contest this? Because they do have the tools needed to do so. It is still nighttime, although if it does wear off, they have the darkness available as well. Evil Ash did spot out the Rush Pit now and realizes that something was up. But look at this hate train coming out from BI. The jump in Neji gets himself that duel, and that'll be another duel victory going his way. 100 damage claim as Batrider has been stunned up behind, but he will be able to get on out of there. No Night Stalker, no vision for IW, which means it's going to be an Aegis for Beyond Infinity.
And that's a gem on the deck as well, which is very much needed for BI. Because Evil Ash on that Night Stalker was completely taking away all the map control that BI had fought so hard to get. A35 jumps in aggressively.
Oh, he's
spotting around the Roach Pit. He's been caught with the tornado. Here comes a couple of rockets from Crowley on the Tinker. Are they seriously going to contest this 4v5? They do not have the drop. They're spamming the march, spamming the rockets, and that's enough to push BI out of the pit. But elsewhere, a tornado onto A35 and EMP as well. The Alchemist Illusions doing their work. A35 dropping low. Cold snap. Here comes No Chance with the Impale. It's Swifty who gets the kill.
And Crowley's been stuck as well. He's been trapped with the Spike Carapace. He's out of mana. A deafening blast over the trees will clip him as well. He's got nowhere to go but to the grave, and the tornado will send him there quicker. Sunstrike on top of him. Swifty is on point, getting himself a double kill.
Yep. A lot of miscommunication coming out from Invisible Wings there. Once again, that's Evil Ash dropping. Archmage didn't want to come into the fight. A35 was trying to initiate without his team around him. That blink from him onto that cliff was spotted out by Swifty. Here's a beautiful tornado into a Sunstrike coming up from him once more to get the kill on Crowley's Tinker.
And now you've got Blizzard holding on to an Aegis with another 3,000 gold in the bank account for him. He's got himself that BKB, which is still at a respectable 9 seconds at the moment. I still feel like BI has... Well, they're still in the lead. I think that's an established fact. It's an Alchemist on the side of the Radiant, but the graph is only 6,000 in their favor. The EXP graph has now gone in BI's territory. This is definitely looking like BI's game to lose, because the longer this game goes, the stronger those illusions get on the side of BI, and once more, IW doesn't have too many tools to deal with that.
Yeah, it's also Swifty who gets stronger, and
a Lincoln Sphere has been picked up on his side, so duels are no longer something he's got to worry about.
Yeah, Swifty will no longer have to fear the lasso coming out from A35.
I'm sorry, lasso.
Yeah. Also, Legion just gets stronger and stronger as the game progresses. And overwhelming odds is a great way of clearing illusions.
Alright, he's got himself the Blink, the 4-star on A35. 1800 gold in the bank as well. I think a Lotus Orb would be a good choice here. Maybe a Lincoln's of his own. Well, No Chance is on the prowl once more. Do they have a gem on the Radiant side? None available. Look at No Chance. He's broken the smokes and they have no way to find him. He's actually gone on the Batrider. Has the Spike Carapace pop, but Evil Ash comes into the fray as well. The Yule sends him up into the air and delays his death. Eclipse pop while Evil Ash is isolated. There's the drop. Do they have any more follow-up? The Golem just melts in their faces. While there will be a deafening blast onto the Alchemist. Luna with the BKB is going to work on a disarm the Alchemist. He's trying to make a run for it, but behind. They turn around. They've got a duel now. Coming out onto Warlock. Another victory. While 835 is taking a beating. Archmage goes into the fray. Brings down Neji. Goes forward onto Swifty, who's popped himself the Ghost Walk and gets on out of there while Zed is bug TP's out from the low ground. It's a triple kill for Blizzard elsewhere, who's also brought down the Batrider. But here comes the Tinker, and Blizzard's got no retreat. He has the agents to work with, and they're going to go back for him. Death number 1. Archmage probably going to end up stunning himself. Not the best choice there.
Yeah,
and Blizzard's just going to
don't
TP
tell me
out.
he's going to TP out of this. Oh my gosh. Ay, ay, ay.
Archmage, not like this.
Yeah, I think he forgot about the ages and just started channeling the...
Mistimed it completely. That drop though, it could have been significantly better, but the Fatal Bonds were on point. They've done so much work on the Invoker. He was forced to just run away. Look at him, he's taking damage in the back without any real focus on him. And now that he's down to such low HP, the refractions from the laser really tearing straight through beyond infinity.
I think Archmage needs to frontline a little bit more. He is still a very hard hero to bring down. And if he runs into BI, it's a good opportunity for Pasol and A35 to follow up. And if he just keeps Beyond Infinity a bit busy with all the damage and the Radiance burn, then Crowley can sit back.
He's down for 60 seconds. No chance, and Swifty going to work on him. That's another crucial kill that's been claimed by Beyond Infinity. But yeah, talking about Alchemist being the frontliner, he's now got himself the BKB, so it is his license to run straight at the Invoker, or the Luna in fact. But he's going to need some lockdown. I think the Abyssal Blade will be his... Well, okay, he's got no more room for an Abyssal Blade, so that's going to be problematic.
Swifty, Blizzard, bot lane, Ice Wall, holds Archmage in place with an EMP as well. They're waiting for the duel, they pop it. He does Negi have enough damage, it looks like he does. He's winning the duel, he is coming now. Blizzard is wicked sick. A35 jumps to the party, Deafening Blast pushes him back. I hear a Demonic Purge, it's possibly onto Batrider. They get the kill onto A35. It's Invisible Wings who lose 3, and they also find Pasol.
Oh, that was absolutely stunning coming out from BI. Sensing blood in the water, they surround that Alchemist, bring him down with the duel. Alchemist almost turned it around and brought down the LC, but his Blade Mail was on, which means that the Alchemist dug his own grave. He got the winner, ended up surviving, ended up walking away from that fight unscathed. And unfortunately for IW, they didn't have the Chaotic Offering available. Kind of surprised Tinker didn't enter the fray there. Was there a lack of quick waves or something?
Yeah, not sure. Evil Ash, he's bought himself a new gem. That vision means...
Look at Blizzard. Press the attack, Alacrity and an army of illusions at his side. He's gonna tear straight through the buildings here. And once the tier 3 falls, he's gonna be able to do so much damage on the back lines as well. No chance. Actually comes forward to try and get something done himself. More illusions coming out on the back of illusions. The Mary Barracks goes down. Neji jumps forward. Alchemist hits the deck, or rather Crowley hits the deck and buys back immediately. It is the Glaives doing work onto the Warlock behind it, just chanting an appeal, but they do get the lasso off onto Swifty. This Invoker still alive, gets himself up into the air, but he does drop, but the damage has been done. Beyond Infinity takes down the barracks.
Yeah, they get a lane of racks, if I'm not mistaken. They forced out a buyback on Crowley's Tinker. Beyond Infinity got what they came for. They've lost the Aegis. This is possibly Invisible Wings' best chance to fight back. The unfortunate thing is they don't have a drop for 140 seconds. I don't see them taking a team fight. They missed their window earlier on in the game, and the Alchemist was way ahead of Blizzard and Swifty on the Invoker and the Luna respectively. But you give Beyond Infinity time and they will punish you for that.
At this point, the Golem is nothing but 150 gold to be claimed.
It's a glorified mini stun with fancy animation right now. And an axe is 2 of those, that's it.
Alright, you've got the Grave. The Greaves picked up on the Shadow Demon now, so they've got a bit more armor coming their way. Also, a BKB finished up on LC, a much needed pickup up against the Tinker and his lasers. Next Assassin going towards the Axe, and I feel that's the most broken item that they could pick up in this game. Once they get the Axe, sieging with the Nyx on the high ground, burrowed under the ground, and with the Luna and the Illusion army, it's the easiest thing in the world for BI to pull off.
He doesn't take damage, right, when he burrows?
He does take damage, but he has an absurd amount of regen kicking in on top of it.
Yeah, but it's going to be a while before No Chance picks up his axe. Nonetheless, that item is absolutely broken. Evil Ash and Archmage trying their best here.
BI. Look at the scores. This is as close as it gets to the El Clasico of Indian Dota. 30-31. 40 minutes in. Game 2 hanging by a thread. One lane of barracks taken down by Beyond Infinity. BI has taken some chip damage on their own tier 3 at mid. The items, a quick look at who's got what. Aghanim Scepters on the side of Invisible Wings coming online. One for the Evil Ash Night Stalker, one for the Crowley Tinker. Pasol's making progress, but he's making very slow progress. In fact, he's going for the 4-star. No Ag's going to be coming out for him. Alchemist pretty much capping out now. All he can really get is a Moonshot, and then maybe he can buy an Aghanim Scepter for his allies.
Yeah. And as the network graph shows us, Beyond Infinity have made a recovery from a 10,000 gold deficit. Look at them. Look at the graph swing there.
I think the biggest problem for IW now is that Luna has a Butterfly and a Satanic. Not only do they not have anything to go through evasion, they're not going to be able to bring down Blizzard if he pops his BKB and starts that Satanic.
Yes.
Kiting a Luna is almost impossible when you've got no tier 3. The Glaives are going to hit you regardless.
I think this is legitimately one of those games where Archmage has to free up one of his slots for an MKB.
Watch for No Chance though. He has eyes on Archmage. Archmage has no Blink Dagger to get on out of this, and if he sticks around for longer, he's going to be mincemeat. Evil Ash is being pinged out. They're going to change their target and will go upon him. Sunstrike comes out. Look at No Chance. He brings down the creep next to him so that the Sunstrike does full damage on him, and then he pops a Spike Carapace that will stun up Ingenious Archmage. Blizzard is running forward as well. They get the Lucent Beam off. They have the Nighttime triggered by Evil Ash, but he's gonna die in a false night by the looks of it. Another Spike Carapace, perfect impale coming out from No Chance. Will secure the kill. Meanwhile on the front, Archmage does pop that Yules upon him, but it's a BKB TP from him. As they have the drop coming out. It's an Aghanim Scepter on the Warlock actually. As he tries to go to work on that Luna, will not get the job done.
Gosh.
It does look like Legion's going forward though. They get the duel, but the BKB is there. They won't be able to bring down that Warlock in time. So the victory will not be added to his tally, but Warlock is still dead. No drop, no Warlock, no Night Stalker, and possibly no Tinker. As Crowley is being beaten up on, he'll hit the deck. No buyback on Crowley. Is this the end of the game here? Are Beyond Infinity going to be the champions of the first season of the ESL India Premiership, Vivek?
I think it is. BI can go Roshan if they want to, or they can just go high ground and end the game right now. Blizzard is too tanky at this moment. Look at Archmage. He got out of there. I'm not sure why Pasol came back and threw out the drop. I know Crowley was behind him, but in the end, they just ended up losing 2 heroes and achieved nothing as a result
Meanwhile,
of that.
the barracks are just melting inside the base. It's 2 lanes of Mega Creeps. Still no sign of Crowley. No sign of that Alchemist jumping into the fray. They're just going for the jugular. Straight for the tier 4s. The Glaives just bounce around and decimate everything in their path. 1 tier 4 down. Archmage enters the fray, drops down the concoction, pops his BKB, goes for No Chance, but the Demonic Purge is controlling him. He's out of Chemical Rage and is almost out of life as Blizzard steps up to the plate with the Alacrity. They've got a Ghost Scepter as well as a Lasso. There's the duel coming out. They're now inside Fountain territory. Warlock is down, and Alchemist, his buyback, is going to be met with much resistance as he's forced back into the Fountain. Evil Ash buying time, creating space, brings down the Zedis Bug, Shadow Demon, as they're now going for No Chance, but they are stunned up as Luna will go to work on them. It is the Night Stalker that hits the neck, while Archmage will continue to chase. Blizzard making a run for it, while bottom lane, you've got Neji still trying to take down buildings in the fray.
I have not seen Blizzard so angry, man. He is such a relaxed player. He's the kind of carry who farms, waits for things to happen, goes for objectives. But look at him, he's in the middle of everything. He gets pulled back to the fountain. He doesn't care, he turns around and starts attacking them.
And now he's no longer going to be bothered by the evasion on that Alchemist either. He's got himself an MKB, and to boot, he's got the buyback money.
Sheesh.
Toss an Alacrity and a Press the attack on top of that, and you have an absolute beast of a core at your backs.
I don't see how Invisible Wings come back. Yeah, look at this.
I mean, they have the lineup that can split push on the side of IW. They can definitely push out the waves and keep the game still controlled to a certain extent. But BI at this point are just going to barrel down the middle lane, not caring about their own side lanes, as they will look to take down the remaining 3 buildings that separate their victory from their defeat.
Wow, look at Negi. He's sitting at 168 damage coming out from duels there.
Absolutely absurd play coming out from me. I really feel like Negi has been the MVP of this game.
Yeah. Played some excellent Dota today. And he's not done. He wants more. He runs into the March of the Machines looking after Evil Ash. But Evil Ash steps away from there. It is night time after all.
Archmage waltzing around with no more items to show after that last fight. He's got himself a moonshot, but it really feels like he's not having much of an impact in this game. And the bigger problem is he doesn't have room for an MKB either. You can't drop that BKB. Well, no chance has his own Aghanim Scepter now, so we are going to be looking at a good siege coming out from BI at the final push.
No
But
chance,
bottom.
bot lane, he's found A35, throws out the Impale, TP reactions are coming in, it's Crowley, the Sunstrike will connect. It's actually Archmage, Tornado, whiffs on everybody from IW, and no chance goes into the ground. Pops the Spike Carapace, yules up the Alchemist, prep work for the stun. Archmage pops the BKB, turns around. Stun onto no chance, he's bringing down the bug, he gets the kill. Negi TP's in, actually blinks in with his BKB, with his Blade Mail. He duels the Alchemist, gets the kill. The Eclipse will bring down the Night Stalker. Here's the drop that we were talking about.
And
GG is the call. Invisible Wings tap out. Beyond Infinity are your champions of the Season 1 of the ESL India Premiership.
Man, I did not see this happening. Mid-game, I thought this was definitely going to a Game 3, but IW have been squashed here. There's no sugarcoating it. Beyond Infinity were the better team today, and they have showed up in style. A much-deserved victory for them indeed, as they are going to be your champions for the first ever season in an Indian Dota tournament.
Absolutely, props to them. They played great Dota throughout the entire season, so to speak, and I've never seen such an aggressive Beyond Infinity. It's usually no chance, but Blizzard, he went mental in between, and
They definitely had some bad blood among them. It's evident.
yeah, I have not seen Blizzard play so aggressive in a long time. Anyway, Invisible Wings, they fought well. In fact, somewhere around the 25-minute mark when the Night Stalker just got an Aghanim Scepter and the Alchemist was for all purposes 6 slotted, they could have ended the game. They missed their timing, and Beyond Infinity will punish you for a mistake like that.
Absolutely. Huge props to them. They've really secured their victory here in style, and you know,
this is the last time you'll see the El Clasico.
It's sad to see these two teams never going to face off again in Indian esports.
It's also the last time we'll see Zedisbug play in India. At least for a year, that's what he's
I don't know,
doing.
man. He retired like 6 months ago and he's already won 2 tournaments after.
Yeah, he's the burning of Indian Dota. Keeps on retiring.
Alright folks, we're going to wrap this up. This is the last time you'll be seeing us on the stage for this season as well. We hope you guys have enjoyed. This is CloudX and Vivek signing out. We had Gambit doing camera for this one. We'll see you guys later. For now, congratulations to Beyond Infinity on their victory.
Congrats.